I can call the meeting to order. We have apologies received from Deputy Paul Donnelly. Before I commence, can I remind members participating remotely that they must do so from the precincts of Leinster House. Today we convene to discuss the recently published report of the Commission on pensions. We are all aware that the state pension is valued by our society, and it is the bedrock of the pension system in Ireland. It's extremely effective at preventing pensioners from falling into poverty, and we want to make sure that this remains the case into the future. But a state pension should do more than protect a person from poverty. It should provide financial security whilst enabling the older person to continue to live a fulfilling and active life. It's also imperative that people who take time off for caring or homemaking reasons should be facilitated to do so, and their value and contribution to society recognised through the award of social welfare credited contributions for these periods. There are clear challenges in ensuring the sustainability of state pensions for future generations, thankfully in part because people are living much longer. This has been known for many years and confirmed in the report on the Commission on Pensions. The committee believes that in deciding the state pension age, the variations in work people undertake should be taken into account, as those working in manual employment have, in many cases, no practical alternative to retiring earlier than those in less physically strenuous employment. We also believe that workers must be given the option of continuing in work if they wish to do so, and there are widespread benefits to providing an option of working later. During these periods, they should have an option to pay PRSI if they require same to achieve their full pension. The Government has asked this committee for our views on the recommendations set out in the report. And this follows on from the committee's remit and our recent submission to the Commission on Pensions. In this regard, I would like to welcome Dr. Claire Keane, Senior Research Officer at the Economic and Social Research Institute, Dr. Barra Rowntree, Research Officer at the Economic and Social Research Institute, and Mr. Nat O'Connor, Senior Public Affairs and Policy Analyst from Age Action Ireland. You're all very welcome this morning. Before we commence, and in terms of privilege, witnesses are reminded of the long-standing parliamentary practice that they should not criticise or make charges against any person or entity by name or in such a way to make him, her or it identifiable, or otherwise engage in speech that might be regarded as damaging to the good name of the person or entity. Therefore, if your statements are potentially defamatory in relation to an identifiable person or entity, you will be directed to discontinue your remarks. It's imperative that you comply with any such direction. Witnesses are reminded that full parliamentary privilege only applies to those participating from within the precincts of Leinster House, and those witnesses participating remotely should exercise caution in terms of their utterances accordingly, and be attentive to the direction of the Chair in this regard. Members are reminded of the long-standing parliamentary practice to the effect that they should not comment on, criticise or make charges against a person outside the Houses or an official either by name or in such a way to make him or her identifiable. I now call on Dr. Claire Keane from the ESRI to make her opening statement, and this will be followed by Mr. Nat O'Connor.